What's going on, world? George Kiel here in Okinawa, Japan. First off, I want all my viewers to go type in Google world map because I want you to see this little bitty island that I'm on, this little bitty island south of the mainland of Japan, which actually has a very unique and interesting sneaker culture due to the combination of the already existing Japanese culture here, but then also one of the most active US military bases. Today, I'm actually here with who I deem the ambassador of the sneaker culture here in Okinawa, Japan. My man, Kris Drone. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
We're here at Kris's store. First off, Kris, what made you want to actually ignite the sneaker culture here in Okinawa?
There was always gasoline already available. It was just finding a platform or something that could be able to ignite that flame. A lot of things weren't available for us in order for that to happen. So it had to come from a lot of groundwork in the making and being able to reach out to certain people in order to make that happen.
Right. Now, a lot of people around the world know that Tokyo has a crazy sneaker culture, right? What is the difference sneaker culture wise from Tokyo to Okinawa?
A lot of people here, they have to work a lot more harder than some of the individuals that have that privilege of having all of those stores readily available to them. We have one store that drops mostly good stuff for people to get, which is Undefeated in Naha. So we have to do a lot more groundwork. We got to spend a lot more money than other means to be able to get what we truly want. And by doing that, that allows them to really appreciate what they're getting. They're more frugal about what they buy because they know that in their heart they saved up to acquire that sneaker.
What started Get 'em Kicks?
We originally started as an online shop where people can be able to sell their sneakers through with no fee, but there was no person-to-person contact. Now they have a safe haven, a place that they need to go to and be around the things that they love.
When starting this, you had a lot of people that were actually military guys. Shout out to Emmanuel. Kind of describe how your fraternity, in a sense, actually pushed you into opening this place.
Doing something in Japan is something that nobody would have fathomed of doing, especially with you being a military individual in a foreign country.
Right.
So for me, it was needing that extra motivation and boost, like, hey man, it's okay. You're going through a lot of roadblocks. It's okay, just keep pushing. How bad do you want it? How much do you love what you do? I'm a big believer in like energy. The amount of energy you put in is what you're gonna get out. And I started seeing things coming my way that made it more accessible for me to be able to do what I needed to do. A lot of businesses, you're not really seeing the owner a lot. I wanted you to know who I am. I want you to understand. I want to know your name. I want to know your face. I want to see you from head to toe, assess what you need. I understand your feet. I examine feet. I study feet in college. So I understand like, hey, this shoe may not be proper for you. Even though it may help my pockets, I'm gonna do what's best for you. And then as well, we pay a lot of homage. So a lot of the stuff that you're gonna see here wasn't here when we first started. So when you start looking at the ceiling, how we have a signature board from all the people that were our day ones that believed in us and shopped with us in order to make this whole dream possible. No matter where I go, the wall will follow, just to remind myself where I am and where I came from.
I'm seeing some awesome art here. What is the inspiration behind those?
The inspiration from it was my friend that's in Vegas. His name is All in Art. He's pretty good on Instagram. I told him like, hey, I'm about to start my brand, but no place out here will make my logo. No place will make my sign. I'm like, I just need something small. And then I saw my logo in full fruition and I was just like, I couldn't believe it.
Moving on, this is a consignment. What are some of the things you have in here?
Typically, it's gonna be more Jordan based just because a lot of my demographic, they really embrace Jordan. Especially in Japan community. My thing is having something for anybody that comes, period. No matter what your budget is, I got you. So apparel, of course, you know, a lot of people are into like the Supreme, the Bape, but we also have some vintage pieces. We also have our in-store brands, but we also allow others to be able to bring their brands in and we sell it for them. Because a lot of people don't have the opportunity to display their products in a store. So we wanted to be able to have that forward of ability. A lot of the things that are hanging up aren't really for sale. I typically don't unless they have that same energy. If I can't really find you it, but I know I can settle by going from a size 11 to a 10 and a half, I'll sell you my size 11 so that you get what you want, and then I'll just get something that may not be best for me, but at least now we have a memory that we can share. These are either things that I've purchased or things that I like for the past year that mean a lot to me. Of course, with me being a 90s baby, a lot of the stuff that I liked were catered to, you know, Michael Jordan in that era because he was pretty predominant. Between him and Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, and Penny at the time, it was a good decade.
I'm gonna go through this entire story and pick some things up.
Okay.
And I want you to give me the meaning behind them. So we'll start here.
Okay. People that know me, they know I love Dragon Ball Z. Piccolo for me, and I have his alternative head, was just kind of show like, hey, I can always change my demeanor based on what the occasion is, and that's what Piccolo's about. So this just highlights pretty much the greatest season that he ever had, him going 72-10. You know, this was a gift that I actually got my daughter. In my mind, I was having a boy. No matter what that ultrasound said, I was having a boy. So I had all these shoes, everything, all the clothes, and baby came out, and sure enough, it was a girl. So now I look at it like, you can't always be prideful, go against the grain. You kind of just got to accept things.
Right.
These were one of them. And this is just a minor piece of what was in store. So now what I do is I just keep them, and then if kids come in and, you know, they want them, I just give them out to them, you know, just because it's hard for them to get actual baby shoes in Japan, in Okinawa itself. This is the man, the maestro, the legend here in Okinawa. He has, to me, one of the best hot sauces for one or more reasons. One being that the flavor is good, and his heart and his vision is what made it better. He sold it to me on a more personal level, and as well as having something that had that wow factor as a taste.
What's going on here?
Pretty much this was a way for them to integrate a lot of the basketball or the elements that were going on back in that time to bring into Japan. So as you can see, you can look at them like, I wonder what jerseys those are. And they kind of played off that story to kind of highlight the different teams. So for these, Nike brought back a classic. I think they did a good job with nailing it and how they delivered it as well. They made a whole region currency edition, but this is the Japanese yen.
Last one. Explain this box.
I got that from a friend that really knew how much I loved Air Force Ones. And he was like, hey, can you believe I have the Quest Loves for you? I'm just like, no, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Ain't no way, how did you get them? And then sure enough, he opened the box to me. I revealed the tape, pulled it back, and I was almost in tears that he had it. And it was mint condition, beautiful, all the papers, all original, everything, and the signature on the box. And so because of that, I had to highlight that and put that on the wall as a monument.
What would you say is the rarest pairs of shoes that you have on the wall currently right now?
I would probably say, and people overlook this all the time, you know, you got the Dons. You know, this was, at the time when it came out, one of the hardest shoes to ever obtain. I have to give a shout out to Don because for a 2, which is the hardest silhouette to ever try to recreate and actually sell, to turn it into a premium silhouette, which is basically originally paid on getting all the materials from Italy and really putting it in true fashion. The packaging was crazy, and especially when they released the creams, they made it even more crazy with the hat and all the accessories.
So, get them kicks. This is not it. You have an extension of this brand, Oki Sneaker Convention.
Oh man, I'm excited for it. I got the idea, I was kind of scared of how to pull it off. How can we be able to tie both of these communities together? Because I know the locals have heat as well. And we can bring people into one roof that is one, speaking positivity out there, raising awareness for the culture itself, and then also allowing the younger generation to be able to have more mentors that they can go to and ask for advice and be able to get history and as well as knowledge. We get a lot of local artists, we get a lot of local talent, and we have them to set the tone for SneakerCon. We want you to have a memory that you take back, because you can buy, sell, trade on GOAT, StockX, but what is the impact? What are some things that you're gonna remember from it? It's gonna be an all-out, all-around experience. So you're gonna have fashion, you're gonna have music, you're gonna have art, and you're also gonna have sneakers.
Kris Drone. Drone.
So I know you were saying what's gonna make SneakerCon different than a lot of SneakerCons in the world. But I'm gonna show you something that is different from every store in the world. What we wanna showcase is how sneakers look like in a different atmosphere. Putting them under black light reveals a lot of things that you would never be able to see during the naked eye. But also what we wanna do is stimulate into the culture that hopefully it starts to penetrate Nike, Adidas, and all of these brands to be able to release some things that not only look good during the day, but also has a different character at night or in that type of black light setting. So during the day, you're gonna see where it's just gonna have the basketball going into the goal. That can signify, reaching for a goal or finishing a goal. And also you're gonna see here to the left, you're gonna have the Monstars. And then you're gonna have the Toon Squad characters that play the role.